Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This is the demo scene report of January 2024. As usual, I went through all of the news, highlights and latest releases from the demo scene that happened in this month of January. I summarized everything into this single video. All the links are in the descriptions below. Whenever there's a YouTube video available, I also added it to the playlist that's also linked below. So you can quickly catch up with what's been happening in the active demo scene of January 2024. A lot of things were released in this month, so let's get right onto it. And the first item on the menu is the demo scene related media that we have for you today. A lot of different write-ups for a lot of different things. Let's take a quick look at it. The first one, Tiny Code Christmas Part 2. One of the participants on Tiny Code Christmas took the opportunity to learn the OCaml language, and they wrote about their experience. So if you're interested in OCaml, or size coding in general, or Tiny Code Christmas in general, very good read to check out. Then the Polish demo scene released this little PDF. They had already done this in Polish and now they translated it into English. Very cool PDF showing the development of the Polish scene throughout the years. A lot of references, a lot of photos for the different artifacts created by the demo scene. Really cool. If you want to know more about the Polish demo scene, check out this PDF that's freely available under scene.org. Another write-up for things that happened during Christmas was the wchrmas Christmas pattern write-up. Written by Lambda Core, I believe. So they targeted the Amiga and they explain the little nuances of the code and how to do things. So if you followed VCC Challenge, or if you just like Amiga size coding, this is a very interesting read and I highly recommend you checking it out. Then there was this page that I found about doing a new Atari, or trying to recreate an Atari with modern pieces, modern cases, modern keyboards, peripherals. It's a very good summary page that lists all sorts of different things from the RAM, from the different versions, has prices assigned to it. So if you're looking to set up or remodel your Atari machines, it's a very good reference to have, and I included it here on the link. I think I got it from the Atari Discord, but I don't remember anymore. Then there was this interesting video about bringing the Amiga sample library into the 21st century, talking about the ST sample packs that used to exist on the Amiga and how it translates to modern music. There was also this very interesting visualization thing for SEQTRAK, which is this Steinberg Yamaha synth, but that also has a visual component to it, which looks a lot like a demo maker. So that's why I thought it was interesting to check out. If you see it, I think you'll find it funny or interesting. So I thought I should include it. Then the revision demo party website has been announced. The website has been up. And you can already sign up for a shuttle bus. Also, if you want to go from the Netherlands, Limp Ninja and Pool Brain are organizing another bus trip there, so please sign up for that as well. There's a call for organizers for revision as well, so if you want to help make the party a little bit better, we are looking for different helps in different places, for the beam team, for event runners and stagehands, and for event technicians, and also to help support social media or the info team blog. So if you want to help out the demo scene with some organization stuff, there are a few little perks, but it's mostly a lot of work. But a good rewarding feeling at the end of helping contribute to the biggest demo scene party that exists in the world. Other things that were released, evolution of C64 games. LFT did another video using his Commodore 64 and Amiga systems to instruments, not systems, to do a little rendition of a few different games and tracks. Hitchhiker released a couple of things, a new version of the PSPPacker that he's been developing for the PlayStation Portable, and also MorphOS support for the protrekkr, like a clone remake follow-up to the old protrekkr tracker, now with MorphOS support. If you run MorphOS, it's really cool. What else? There was the write-up from Ctrl-Alt-Test, writing up about their 8K for revision last year. Very cool write-up, showing you some of the tricks and ideas, and it should help inspire you to do some intros as well for this year's revision, hopefully, either for the 8K competition or the 64K competition. Nullsleep did this cool interview as well with on this podcast, the What Happened to Chiptune podcast. He talks a little bit about the different things that he was involved with, running Blip Festival and his net label as well, and all sorts of different things. So really cool interview. I highly recommend you checking it out. Mad Hackers Lab released this Powershark thing, which is USB-C charger for the Amigas, so you can have a safer way to charge your Amigas, replacing the old power blocks that tend to go nuclear after a little while. New project up for sale. Haven't checked it, so I just read about it. Thought you might find it interesting, especially if you have an Amiga and looking for modern ways to charge it up and also have it on the go, because this also supports power banks. So you can have an actual portable Amiga with this. More things. I saw a post to this GPU optimization for game dev post, and I thought it was really useful for people who are interested in doing some GPU optimization stuff. So I thought I should include it here in case you don't know about it. I think it was posted on the Demoscene Discord. And then a Brazilian demo scener did this class project a few years ago to make a little art book about the demo scene, and it was actually quite good. There's different sections in Portuguese because he's Brazilian, but explaining the different parts of the demo scene, the Amiga, Commodore 64, the differences between them, and showing a lot of screenshots of the different demos. And it's pretty good. In terms of outreach, I think it would work really well to, give people, have it on a coffee table, things like that. So cool little project, and I would hope to see more things like this popping up in the demo scene. And that's it in terms of Demoscene related media that I had to show for you today. Let's get right on to the next topic, which is the out of compo releases. And we had a lot of them because it's New Year, and New Year always means a lot of new releases. TAT did the mandatory first of the year release. It says that it was released for the 1st of December, but it's actually released on the 1st of January 2024. TAT has this recurring thing for many, many years where they always do the first year release. Then we had Beata by LabCD, also released on the first day of the year for the Commodore 64. New Year's Disc by PPS, it's also becoming a recurring thing. I think this is the 3rd year that they do this. They ask a bunch of different Atari people to submit small intros for the new year, and they release it as a New Year's Disc. There was an ANSI calendar released by Fire for all of the days of all of the months of the year. See here, January, February, March. Really cool if you like ANSI art. It's a really cool calendar to have. Then there was the Countdown to Love Bite that's been running 40 days all the way to Love Bite. Different people participated. All of these little videos are all size-coded things, fit in 256 bytes, and we just asked a bunch of different people who usually participate to do one in advance for Love Bite, and we got a sizable amount of them, a lot of diversity, and you can see 3 days to go until Love Bite gets underway. Fairlight Tribute by Fanatic 2K as well for Fairlight, that traditional Fairlight screen, and has some other effects in there as well. Happy New Year by Star Chaser as well was released for the TIC-80, doing some transparency things. The Dreamtime 2023 XXL graphics collection was also released by Profik. Terra News 32 for the Commodore 16 plus 4, new disc mag came out. Talking about disc mags, there was one for the Spectrum as well. It was a little bit controversial. He has some questionable material, some questionable articles in it. You can see the thumb downs here on Puet, but nice to see a new disc mag coming out for the ZX Spectrum nonetheless. Talking about disc mags, the Amiga also had a new one, the latest issue of Jurassic Pack number 20, with quite a few interesting interviews and party reports and things like that. So check it out as well. Intro 06 by Foim for the ZX Spectrum was also released. Toback did a compilation of all these different tunes and put it up on Bandcamp free for download. So if you like Toback's tracks, check out Tunage Volume 2. Jogi's 50th birthday demo was released by a few of his friends, also on the later part of January. Then we had a couple releases from Laxity that were recovered and released now. They were never released, or they were revised and re-uploaded, something like that. There's the first crack throw and the first crack throw for John Mason, two different crack throws that were re-released many years afterwards, now in January 2024. What else? Reverence, Honor, and Envy by Raiders of the Lost Empire for the Commodore 64. Little Crack intro as well, recently released. Couple invitations for Love Bite by Goblinish, by Sensenstahl. And a slideshow for the Atari ST by a Portuguese group Pennysoft from Peniche in Portugal. They converted some images, they hand-drawn some images. I haven't seen it yet, but people say that it's decent, so check it out, especially if you have an Atari. Trogdor, a very important Apple II intro released by VMW Productions. Coordinating for the land is always important to do. What else we had? Impure 86 also released an ANSI pack, Ashi and ANSI pack, with some very cool pieces as well. Let's take a look at a couple of them. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff released here as well. Then there's a TIC80 tracker that was released, which is quite interesting because a lot of people hate the default TIC80 tracker. I haven't checked this out yet, but if you want to do music for the TIC80, definitely check it out. And then a massive column by Go to 80 was also released on the last day of January. Very colorful. So yeah, that rounds up this section that we had of out-of-compo releases. And the next item on the agenda is to go through the demo parties that happened. First up, we had PicoVision. They were running a competition back in November, I think, something like that. October, it says here. Started in October, submitted by November. Didn't really get much announcement, so they didn't get that many submissions. I poked them a couple of times asking for the results. They were quite delayed, and finally in January, they announced the results. The winner was, SEQTRAK got an award, and Daft Freak also got an award, and there were a couple honorable mentions. No download links for the entries here, but I managed to find some links for the stuff anyways. This is SEQTRAK's entry, Pick Ambition. It's linked on the description as usual, and I also found Daft Freak's version is also available here, like a 3D rendering of the PicoVision itself. So yeah, running on the PicoVision. So yeah. What else did we have in terms of parties this month? We had the last party happening in Poland. Last party, it usually combos with Lost Party, so they have two editions a year. One is early January, the other one is around August, I think. So last party, focusing on the 8-bit machines, they had a couple of compos. 256-byte intros for the Atari, game competition as well. This was won by Last Party Boxing by Aceman, Koala, and Piesu. Graphics competition, won by Nightwatch of Tiger. Intro 16K with Dotty Beats, which doesn't even appear. Can I open it here? Okay. And the music compo was won by SEQTRAK. So small little party in Poland to keep things going. Let's move on to the next item on the menu, which is the rsync demo party. rsync happened in Belgium, also a relatively small party. Active demo scene in Belgium is not that big, so they managed to do this yearly demo party to gather people around. They had a fantasy computer competition, fourth place to Gazman. Rift also participated with some Belgian greets. The number 511 bus by Catnip with that Totoro reference, I believe. And Verisimilitude by Rift winning with some very good palette choices there as well. I enjoyed this one. Graphics competition as well. Reality doing a little card stands here. Behind the scene by Notepond getting fourth place. Yogi Beer in third. Second place with the first pixel art attempt by Misty Morrigan, which is actually quite decent, quite good. And the winner was Chromatic Resonance by Callisto with his Photoshop entry. Really cool. Music competition was won by 10-4. Second place to Danko of Fairlight. Old School competition. Skier Death Invitation by Imolito. Then fourth place to Bottoms Up by Toback. For custom hardware, which I'm not sure what it is. Going 69 after 50 for the Commodore 64. Another birthday intro for the Commodore 64. Oops by Atlantis. And the winner for Amiga OCS CCS Ordo by Stifest. With some interesting graphics there. I think they used some artificial intelligence stuff as well. But a pretty solid demo overall. PC demo competition also had 4 participants. Bateau by Mon Dieu, It Will Happen by Aina, Melodicos Tropicus by RBPS, and the winner was Pyro Tranquil by Fulcrum. Looks like it's a take on that orb effect that people have been recreating a lot on the demo scene on this past year. They also had a text mode graphics competition. They have a lot of history in Belgium of Ashi and Nancy art, so it's cool to see they keeping a text mode graphics competition active. Fifth place for the Amiga. Fourth place, Dick Van Bill by Necro of Fuel. Third place by Vincent Price of Nail of Fire. And second place, The Smallest Batman Ever by Savage. These screenshots are not that good though. We need better screenshots on Demozu of these entries. And the first place, Tremor by Tainted X of Fire. Check out these on the original form, Ashi and Nancy file directly or proper PNG capture. They should look a lot better than these screenshots. And that was it for rsync in Belgium. Small little party that they have there. Moving on to Russia, we have a DiHalt party, a slightly bigger demo party happening in Novgorod. A lot of different competitions, some size limited stuff, some not so size limited stuff. Let's start with the high-end intro competition. Third place to Goblinish, second place to Marquee Design with this micro W8 intro, and first place to Firecraft by WBC for the MS-DOS, I believe, 128-byte intro. The high-end demo only had 3 entries. One of them was disqualified because it didn't make the deadline. Was by Mayhem. Second place, Arabs by Outsider, also for the Amiga, but needs an acceleration card. And the winner, Mainland by Venom, also for the Amiga. I haven't seen it yet, but people say that it's pretty decent, so check it out. High-end graphics only had 3 entries, but you can see here the results. And the winner, pretty good, solid entry by Nodius, non-returnable trip, pixel art graphics. High-end tracker music was won by Slash. Low-end 1K intro also had participation by Goblinish, as usual. Goblinish always does a lot of small intros. And the winner was Magic Carpet V2 by Nyol of NMG for the electronic BK. The low-hand 156-byte intro had a few more submissions. Snowy by Goblinish, Noise by DMA, Gov No Code by Car V, Grids by Sandro for the Electronica BK, another Electronica BK intro by 64-byte Color Diamond by XS Team, Alien Ray 256 bytes by CSI, Festive City by CSI again, and the winner was Spin 3D by Gogin. Low-end graphics also had a lot of entries. I'm going to skip a few of them. Fourth place to Border Break by Grungy, which makes use of the extra borders. They had a special release for that, even like executable, special executable, so you can take advantage of the borders. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker remake by Grungy, Mustache Ravnam by Reinoa on second place, and in first place Atomic Sunset by Kuvu of CSI. The MP3 OG music was won by EA as well, and then they had an old school adult graphics competition, which was a merge with another party that was specifically for this, and now they had the compo running here. It's mostly for entries that would usually get disqualified because they're like have nudity or sexual topics. So Printed Lover by Apterida, Slickska Podloga by Grungy getting 6th place, Minus Spina by Grungy getting 5th, Front Window by Artop, Oops by Ivismi, 2nd place Mirror by Artop for the ZX Spectrum, and in 1st place Out of Compo Live by Kuvo of CSI. I think this is for the Electronica BK. I think it's mislabeled here on DemoZoo. Real-time low-end graphics, I have no idea how this differs from the other graphics competition, but they had some entries as well. Some stuff for the Commodore 16+4 even, which is interesting. ZX Spectrum, and Pedro Barba Espinosa by Grungy. Maybe this was like themed around something. Maybe that was it. They had like 24 hours to do something maybe. The Paint Over competition was won by Infection of Amir Nasiri. Real-time ZX Music won by EA with F24, and Real-time ZX Spectrum 53C Graphics, the competition that breaks all categories because they always have so many entries. Let's take a look. The different entries submitted. 5th place Last Diskette, 4th place Wipa, Democat Katodem, 2nd place Who's Last, and 1st place The Last of Demosceners by Thought Through. The Wild Compo had only 2 entries. Summer was a music, which I don't understand why it wasn't submitted to the streaming music competition, and then the preview of the Disc Mag that we already talked about, the unnamed Disc Mag, was also submitted to DiHalt, but it was disqualified because it didn't have a binary or something like that. I'm not sure anymore. ZX Spectrum Music for the AYYM chip was won by MMCM. And then the Beeper Music competition was won by AED. So nice little demo party happening in Russia. And we are reaching the end, but still have to cover a couple more things. Spirit Zone, a small little Polish demo party that Genio helped this Philip kid from Poland organize. They revamped the whole thing in a couple of days. They did a call for different entries. They actually got a few different quality entries. Demo competition had a few submissions, one by myself as well. Quacking Up by Tornado Emoji. Squished by Palance, and the 1st place Under the Sea by Toback. This one is a really good demo. It was an idea made, thought of for rsync. They didn't have time to finish it. They finished it now. A really cool sing-along demo. Definitely check it out for the TIC 80. Combined graphics competition, only 3 entries. This made with artificial intelligence. Some Bright's image as well by the duck guy. And some teletext by Spinny. And combined music competition was won by Philip himself, the party organizer, with a couple other submissions by Michaelos and Sir. So yeah, small little Polish demo party where everything went wrong, but they somehow still managed to have some decent entries. Gerp demo party, the highlight of the month for a lot of people. A party dedicated to the Amiga happening in Sweden. And had a lot of good entries. A lot of the international Amiga demo scene went there. There was a lot of good quality stuff. A lot of Amiga 4-channel music, as you can see here. It was won by Bonefish, Joss, and Mig with a collaboration called Dan Dan Da. Dan Dan Da Da. Second place to Peace Joy by Interface of Andromeda. Amiga 4K intro, also a lot of participation in it. Declaration of Love by Talent. We Are Back by Insane. Peso by Decadence. Soil by Alcatraz. Pacific also did something. That Hacker Society in collaboration with Ephedrina and SMFX did Point of No Return. And Desire FM won the competition by Desire. So really cool Amiga compo there. Amiga Demo also had quite a few different entries. Ghetto Crew, Moose Brothers, Binary releasing something, E-Study, Desire as well with Is Real, A Murder of Scrolls by Andromeda, and A Planetary Void by Five Finger Punch. So very high competition compo for the Amiga. Highly recommend you checking out the releases. They got a lot of good reactions on Poet as well, so definitely check it out. Amiga graphics competition usually doesn't have that much participation. This year had quite a few number of entries. Really cool to see. Arcmeg releasing something, Prowler also releasing something, Far, so a lot of big names doing something for this compo. Critical and Jade, Facet getting second place with an amazing image, and the winner was Optic of Planet Jazz with Stress Fracture. So really good graphics competition as well at Gerp. So Gerp, very solid Amiga demo party, and if you follow Amiga scene, you should definitely check out the releases. Chip music competition was won by Interface, and Joss and May is coming second place. Other platform demo had a few different things for the Commodore 64, for the Atari ST, Sinclair QL, Commodore 64, third place for SMFX for the Sinclair QL. Bitroll by Bitpandas for the Atari ST got second place, and in first place for the Apple II, Five Finger Punch of all things. I don't think they ever released an Apple II thing before. They usually do stuff for the Amiga or ZX Spectrum, so really cool to see them releasing something for the Apple II. Other platform graphics, mostly Commodore 64 things. Nice entry by Far here, and the winner, Face in the Snow by Facet of Bonsai and Genesis project. And then we had a wild competition where anything else would go. Toxic Modulo slideshow for the Amiga, Birdie in Space by Birdie Crew, a demo, an invitation for Birdie for Linux, a TIC 80 demo, a music disc for the Amiga by the Electronic Knights. A little video by Desire and Moods Plateau doing a follow-up to their previous nonsense things. AI Some Fun by Insane, a little video, and the winner, the Extasia by Beatpandas, a Windows demo with some nice effects there. So yeah, high quality competitions at Gerp was definitely the highlight of the month for a lot of demo sceners. Highly recommend you checking out their releases. As I already mentioned, everything is linked on the description below. Take a look at the last things that we have to show you before we wrap up this video. Quick look at the top of the month. Oh, I forgot to say one thing about Gerp. Spot did the playlist with all the music, so if you want to check it out, it's on their EPO player, so check that out as well. Then the top of the month. Oh my god, Amiga Workbench ruined my top of the month. There we go. Top of the month. So, if you go to Poet and check out the different entries, you can see most of them are from Gerp. A lot of love for Desire FM, for Murder of Scrolls by Andromeda, which is Return of Andromeda after a couple of years. Alcatraz as well. Israel by Desire was particularly good in my humble opinion, even though it touches some political stuff. I think it's really a good demo. Point of No Return, Still the One, was December Amstrad CPC demo. But you can see a lot of Gerp releases in here, so that shows you the dominance of Gerp. And Gerp was like the latest party of January, so to have all of these releases already popping up on the tops, that shows you a lot. And to round up things before we say bye-bye, we have to show you the list of upcoming demo parties. Jumalauta Winterferien already took place a couple of days ago. There are already some releases of it popping up on Demozoo and Puet. Still have to come Love Bite coming this weekend. At the same time, Fjall for the Commodore 64 is happening in Sweden. My attention is all on Love Bite because I'm helping organize it, and it's the best, highest... we had the highest number of executable releases last year, like ever, in a demo party. This year we might not reach that record. It's up to you if you still want to deliver something or not, but it's still the mecca for size coding things. So if you like tiny intros, if you like size optimization stuff, you'll see a lot of cool things at Lovebite. We also have some cool DJ sets and seminars. So yeah, hope you check out a Lovebite live stream. Fjall Data happening on Sweden, as already mentioned. Then Mountain Bites, the only Switzerland demo party, very newbie friendly, happening in Lausanne-Salcham in Switzerland. If you can submit something to them remotely to support the party, that would be very welcome as well. And rumor has it that maybe an invitation for revision will be released there. Let's see. Assembly, and also the nominees for the Meteorix Awards will also be announced at Mountain Bite, so that's also worth mentioning. Assembly Winter happening in Helsinki. It's not as big into Demoscene as is Assembly Summer. They only have one wild compo, I think, but still worth mentioning. Then a small Commodore 64 party happening in Berlin, in C-Base, Hackerspace. Explosive, I have no idea what Explosive 2024 is. Oh, it's another party by the Polish Philip guy who is still learning to do demo parties. An Instancy happening in Finland, in Jyväskylä, at the later part of February. So a lot of things happening in February. Hope you submit some productions. As for me, see you at the Love Bite live stream. And that's it for this video. Hope you found it useful. Hope you found some hidden gems, some things that you weren't paying attention to. If you like these videos and like to support me doing some more of them, please consider donating something to my patreon.com, patreon.com/psenough. I also take payments in beer at revision. So yeah, thanks for your support. See you next video. Bye bye everybody. Take care.